If you have been having many issues with gophers and moles, you may be at a point where you're desperate to get them gone as quickly as possible. I was in your shoes and I understand what you're feeling. There's really nothing more devastating than seeing the damage created by these destructive rodents. Luckily, you're not the first person to have this problem, and there are some very effective options for getting rid of gophers. The first thing you're going to need to do is find out roughly how many of these moles you're trying to get rid of. Some people only have one or two, while others, like myself, are dealing with like 5 or 10 of them. It just really depends on the family and if how many of them there really are. I was dealing with a family of them and needed to get rid of them very, very, very quickly. Otherwise, my yard would have been destroyed beyond repair. What I used was a combination of store-bought methods and a little bit of common sense thinking. Some of the things I used were mole traps. I used mole traps to set up all around the openings to the underground burrows. Getting rid of the gophers isn't hard when you have these traps set up correctly. They're brutally lethal, and they're going to kill the rodents nearly instantly upon contact. So there's no question as far as if they work. It's if you can get them to, I guess, go into the traps. One other thing I use for the traps is mole bait. Now I use the mole poison as well. These baits, they often come in pellet or like a trail mix form. Now they're going to be great to use in or around the mounds the gophers create and around the openings, which are a little bit harder to find. But it really does work well in combination. Another thing that I use is what's called a mole chaser. Now, these mole chasers are great pieces of equipment that emit a very strong signal that is heard by these rodents, and it's very annoying to them. They will naturally flee out of their burrows only to be met by like a mole trap or one of your mole baits that you have set up, which is effectively mole poison. By using these methods, I was able to say I was gopher free in a little over a week. Now, these animals may be destructive, but only if you let them stick around. You can get rid of them quickly and easily using some of these tips above.